All right, and we are live. So welcome to the, is this the first stream of the month? It is, isn't it? Yes, first stream of this month. So today we're going to be talking about the films that were made for the prompt Nostalgia, which was February's prompt. And then we're going to have some chats about what we could maybe do for the new prompt of, but they said it was real. So first of all, introductions. Henry, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Henry. Supernova on YouTube, spelt in a way that no one will ever be able to spell it. I do like techie videos and stuff like that on YouTube. I'm trying to branch out a little bit, but I keep falling back into techiness. But who knows? Maybe a prompt in the future will drag me out of it, kicking and streaming. And that's me.
Hey, Jamie, or is Jamie doing a thing?
Maybe he is doing a thing.
I shall introduce myself then. I'm Jules. I go by Jules Ender. I make little stop motion short films and also videos about being a PhD student and review games and various bits and bobs. And yeah, I'm currently finishing up my PhD thesis, so I apologize if I am tired. I've worked for about 9 hours today. It's been a lot of writing. So, and Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie, aka Jamie Does Things on pretty much all social media. My family has really great timing, as you can tell from my microphone just being muted. Hopefully you didn't hear that exchange. And yeah, I make things. I'm currently working on a little green screen experiment, which I didn't get done in time, but everybody else here did, so you should check theirs out. And we'll discuss them now anyway. Cool.
Right. So I'm just realizing that I didn't actually change the link in the description to be the current playlist. So the link will right now take you to the previous playlist. But you can find the playlist on the channel. If I try and sort that out now, I'm just going to end up accidentally cancelling the stream or something. So yeah, just follow through the channel. You'll find it. It's the playlist for February Nostalgia. Yeah, you can work it out. I'm sure it'll be fine. I trust you all. So before we get started on that, we're trying to slightly revamp Film Prompt Society a little bit and try out a few new things. So you may have noticed that like our thumbnails have changed recently, and we've added into the banner art on the channel about having 2 different live streams a month. So we're going to see how this goes, run it for a few months, and then maybe tweak things, see what works for people. So the plan is that the first Monday of every month, we're going to have a workshop style live stream where we'll work through stuff to do with filmmaking from all kinds of angles, you know, from right at the basic stuff to script writing, how to set up lighting properly, whatever people are interested in. And we definitely want suggestions on the kinds of things that you would want to get some more information about and learn a bit more and ask questions about and things like that. So easiest way to let us know kind of things you'd be interested in is either in comments on videos, because generally we get notifications for that, or join the Discord. So there's a link for that in the description. We generally chat a fair bit in there, so if you want to make suggestions for things, that is a good place to do it. And then the second stream of the month will be the same stream that we're normally doing like this. So this will be the 3rd Monday of every month. So that gives you the month plus 2 weeks to make a video before we then get to the talking about the films that people made. So hopefully keeps to about 6 weeks-ish of time for each video. So yeah, is there anything I've missed about that stuff?
I think you covered it all.
Cool. We can always quickly throw a point in, can't we? So
if anybody has any
anything,
suggestions.
I was just going to say, if there is anything, we'll probably append it to the comments or in the description at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the main thing is we want to hear what people want to learn about, because then I can start contacting people and try and plan things out, and yeah, see who we can get involved in some things to talk about specific elements of filmmaking, and we can hopefully it'll be useful.
Yeah, we can hopefully get in some really cool guests too. So if you have any suggestions, even pie in the sky suggestions for big YouTubers you'd like to see talk about filmmaking, we'll try and make it happen. Just let us know. End conversation.
Cool.
Sorry, if I'm
Right.
making a
So
good place.
is that all the housekeeping sort of stuff dealt with? Right. So nostalgia. That was the prompt. We've got a couple of films to talk about. So the first one on the playlist is Henry's, I believe. So as usual,
yeah.
a nice take on technology.
I love that.
This is kind of thank you. God, I was staring at all those there's that generator that you can just make say whatever you want, but in that style. And I was playing around with it loads just before the last stream, actually, where we discussed all the nostalgia stuff, and I was like, I gotta get this in there somehow. Like, but yeah, it was kind of inspired from the last stream where it kind of devolved into just me, Jules, and Dan showing each other like all our like stuff, like it was shown and tell in school. And I kind of liked that. I wanted to show off the Sinclair Spectrum in some way, remembering that it actually has a programming interface. I can't escape it, so I figured I'd use that to show off. I was going to try and get some footage of all the like old cassettes and stuff, but like everything I shot, they seemed a bit weird. I don't know. I think the cassettes are like too clean. Like my dad kept them in such a good condition that they just look like cassette tapes that you'd buy in like a new shop, even though it's no longer the 90s. They don't do that no more. But I wanted it to look old, and so I opted to not use them. Also, my housemates were using the living room, so and I wanted to, yeah. But it was fine. I was quite happy with how it came out. Even though it was just static, me showing off the screen most of the time, I kind of liked that because, I mean, I don't know. It was. I wanted it to be a bit chiller than the other ones, which are a bit more manic. And then I tried to fit in any excuse to get in Philip Schofield in it, so I had to squeeze him in it there at the end. But yeah, I think that's like the inspiration and the making of. Were there any other questions?
I really appreciated that you had your little typo in what you had it do, and you just went, "Yeah, that's great. I'm not gonna redo this." Like I thought that was brilliant.
I filmed it, and then saw that as I was like reviewing the footage still upstairs, sat like with all the stuff still out, and like totally okay to like refilm it, because it was just like I mean, I could have even just retroactively filmed that one scene zoomed up to the TV, if the rest was like wonky, because like whatever. But I really wanted to keep that mistake in, just because I wanted to drive home the fact that coding on that thing was not fun, like at all. Like the keyboard's set up in a way that everything's shifted over one key. So it's weird to type on, but also left and right and up and down are on opposite ends of the keyboard, and there's a separate shift for characters and symbols. And also the backspace key was on the opposite side of the keyboard. There was a key on there that was the same shape as the backspace key, but it did a tab inwards. The new line button was separate from the return button in a way that I still didn't figure out, but I had to make sure I hit new line, because if I hit return, then it would execute the code, and sometimes, for whatever reason, just delete all of it. Getting that footage, that shot where I got that was about the 4th or 5th take of me doing that. It's a challenging old beast, and that's not because it's old and broken. That's just how it was. That's what like the inventors of that thing were like, no, this is perfect. This is fantastic. Home computer, we did it, guys. High five, pat on the back, release it. It's so I wanted to capture that experience in a single word, and I feel that Yellow with one L did that really well.
Yeah, I think you definitely achieved that. And now I really appreciate, as much as I struggle with programming still with modern computers, I really appreciate what we have.
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's come a long way.
Yeah.
You did
Oh, boy.
very well to program on that.
I'm just curious,
Truly
did
impressive.
anyone catch the wonderful little message that I was coding?
I did not.
Yes.
Oh, I had to. It was the opening dialogue to the B movie. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, oh, black and yellow. That'll do. So I'm really sorry for everyone who did notice that and had a hard time with life afterwards. 'Cause, yeah. Any way to infect my videos.
Slight tangent. I read somebody on Reddit had a B movie cologne
Oh no.
that was apparently
Oh.
pretty good. I don't know how
Oh,
this became a
no.
thing, but now that's in your life, so we
That's
can just move
upsetting.
on.
Amy, why did you say that? Because now I'm going to have to buy it.
I think somebody else checked and they couldn't find it, but they could find a Shrek cologne.
Jamie.
We now have to get Shrek into all of our streams. That's like 2 in a row.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to have a fun weekend with that.
Get as many as you can and just bathe in it.
Oh jeez, no. Don't want that.
Do that. Do that.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so did you have any other questions?
How long did it take in the end to do the post-processing on the video of the equipment? Because you did.
With Corel, I was really lazy. I found an overlay that I just applied to it and added an effect on the overlay to change the opacity down quite a bit, and then add an effect that kind of give the overlay a sense of like slight movement, as if the CRT lines were drawing it all on. Because whatever the reason, Corel likes to make it really difficult to put on any filter that isn't black and white or ye olde film. So it was an image that I just changed the alpha down and then added some wobble to.
Oh, that's really cool. I like it when you have to work out strange workarounds for the tech that you have access to. So it definitely shows you don't need the fanciest editing software to do cool things.
100%.
It's the ingenuity and determination.
And it was Jamie that kind of convinced me to do it. They've just disappeared right now. But it was Jamie that convinced me to do it because they had like chopped up a shot, like a still of it with that effect on top, and it looked really good. And I was kind of like, okay, I want that. I really want that, and especially because it's the ZX Spectrum, which is 80s incarnate. So I wanted to incorporate that somehow, even though I was not aware of the 80s at all. The fact that the Sinclair survived to my childhood was something of a miracle, considering like Dad's tendency to like throw things out back then.
Yeah, no, it's very cool that you still have a working one. Like we had an Amstrad PC when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So we no longer have that. I remember having like the giant floppy disk that was like this big that you like loaded in the operating system on, and then you had your other floppy disks for your programs. It was good stuff.
Love that. I don't know why. It's like the whole mechanical aspect of it gives it more life. Like it actually feels like you're like nursing this creature to health for it to perform a task for you. Like
it's like the first time I had a computer that when you told it to shut down, it fully shut down without you being told to turn it off itself. You know, without that message of it is now safe to turn off your computer. Like,
you know, I barely remember that it's now safe to turn off your computer. Like, because it kicked in, what was it, like 98, Windows 98, 95 and stuff, wasn't it? Or was it
95? You still had to shut down, like that way. So it was the next one along.
Yeah.
Good times.
Did y'all have any more questions, or shall we mosey on over to Jules' video?
I think that was all that I wanted to mention. Unless there's anybody in the chat who has any last minute questions for Henry, then get them in quick, guys, before we move on.
I did enjoy Phil's cameo. That's not a question. I just really enjoyed it.
It's a profound question, really. Did we
The
enjoy
nature of
Phil's?
our society.
Did we enjoy Phil's cameo? I didn't, but I needed it in there somehow.
Is he still up in the same place in your house?
He is behind the door always, because funny story
Very
behind
startling.
that. His leg don't work no more. I'm not sure if you were there, Jamie, when his legs didn't work. He used to be able to stand upright by himself, but now he needs the door's help. In a sense, well, Adam and I were hiding around the house, and I made the stupid fool mistake of hiding him in the shower. And the shower, every so often, will just dribble water. God knows why. It just do. And it got on his legs, and I found him the next day just like lying on the floor. Like, Phil, no, please, not like this.
Oh, fantastic.
So he lives behind the door now because that's the only way he can stand. But it looks terrifying now that he's behind the door, because he's got a look on his face. Were you to see his whole face and his whole body at the same time, would be the look of a child who's just been told he's getting pizza for tea. But like, because his hands are like this, and he's like looking forward, and he looks really excited. But now he just looks like he's going to murder you, like hiding behind the door, ready to get you.
It's like those fake cardboard stands of police officers in supermarkets to deter people from shoplifting, but Philip Schofield in a house.
Have
like, somebody's
been
there.
to Home Bargains? Sorry. Have you been to Home Bargains recently? Because they have those and they look real.
I've not, but I can
Very, very real. Like, I walked by once, and I, like, you know, when you're like aware that there's someone there, and consciously or like subconsciously in your mind, you're like, there's a space there that I shouldn't occupy because that belongs to someone right now, and I don't want to get up in their personal space. And you walk past the cardboard cutout of the police officer, and you're very aware that there's a human there, even though there totally isn't. Like, but Phil lost that presence long ago, bless him.
So, bringing things swiftly back to films.
Sorry.
It doesn't look like we've got any more questions come in, and other than just I really enjoyed the video as always. I like the slightly more chill kind of pace of it, and the comedy payoff of Phil just being there at the end. Yeah, I think it was a good one. So, right, are we good to then move on to the next one, which is my film?
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, what do you guys want to know? What are your queries or comments?
What made you
was there anything that particularly? Ooh. It's pretty much the same. I believe this was about to be the same question anyway. Yeah. Do you want to go?
I think it was the same question. Just what made you think of doing photos?
At some point, like, you know, I don't know if you've seen at some stage people doing, like, taking really old black and white photos and taking a picture of them holding it up so the picture lines up with the rest of the scene. Like, that just kind of came into my mind, and I was like, I don't think I'd be able to do that, but it might be fun to look at some old photos. And the one that I mentioned first, the one that's just the scene of Cardiff Bay without any people in it, I've come back to that picture a fair few times over the last couple of years, because, like, Cardiff Bay has changed so much since that was taken. So yeah, I just thought it's kind of something I've been wondering about doing for a while anyway. So I thought it made sense to do it for this prompt and make a little video about doing it. So
it was really nice, by the way. I didn't mention that on this stream so far, but it was a really oddly touching and beautiful video.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I really like looking at the way, like, just the, like, things you wouldn't normally expect in the background to change how it changes. Like, I think what struck me the most, weirdly, was the bit when you were overlooking the harbour and you're leaning on the, like, the fence that's like loose chains, and then they turn into like solid like metal bars and stuff. And that got me more than anything. I was like, whoa, that's different, isn't it? Like, I don't know why I picked up on that more than anything. It was just really interesting.
My favorite thing about that is because the old railing came up to like that height when I was a small child, and now the new railing comes up to about this height as an adult. So it's like I haven't grown.
It grew with you.
Yes. So the best bit about when we were taking that photograph was that this random guy just came and just, there's a little low wall just to the side, and he just sat down on it and just watched us. It was really strange, like just trying to work out where to stand and what to do. And then just a random dude just watching us. So that was weird. Like there's presumably more interesting people to be observing right now. Like
probably didn't have much going on that day.
Yep.
It's very intense people watching.
Yeah, normally you do that from a bit of a distance, not like right there.
Yeah, not like right there. And usually when it's busy and like you could be passive about it, but stood right at you. That's terrifying.
Yeah. Yes, it might have looked a bit strange to be, I guess you were probably adjusting almost by the centimetre for both of your positions.
Yeah, but then he didn't ask. Like I would have thought he'd be like, "So what are you doing?" You know, if you're going to sit down that close. But oh well.
Maybe he didn't want to interrupt the creative process or whatever was going on. He saw something was happening. He just wasn't sure what. He wanted to see what would happen at the end without his interference.
Maybe.
So there's at one point in the video that you say that you had trouble getting because the shot was from within the water.
Yeah.
You were in a boat, not swimming in the water. You were in a boat. Just
in a boat.
clarify that to people that haven't seen that and are watching the stream now. So were there any other photos that were particularly difficult to get like that? And were there any you wanted to get but for whatever reason couldn't?
No, I think those three were the ones that I wanted to do.
Okay.
I don't think I came across another one that I thought that would be nice, but yeah. And yeah, we didn't realize until a bit later on when we were trying to work out where to go. We're like, wait a second, this is definitely very low to the water. And then it's like, right, yes, that's why that's in shot. And we weren't expecting that to be in the frame because there's the wooden structures in the foreground of that are in the water, which I find really interesting because those, like a little bit of Cardiff Bay history, those are the supports for the old railway line that used to come out over the water to directly load coal onto the ships.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like little remnants of that sort of stuff. But yeah, like obviously those weren't in the original photo because we were not behind those. We were slightly over to the side in a boat. But yeah, I didn't feel like paying for a boat ride that day. It was very windy. Didn't want to be stuck on a boat. So
interestingly, from that photo. Oh, sorry, Jamie. I just interrupted you again.
We must have the exact wrong delay for each other.
Honestly, yeah, real bad.
I was only going to say that photo looked really good. Like I wouldn't have been able to tell that they've been taken from such different positions. So you did a good job.
Thank you.
I was just going to say that it looked like the photos were done from the same position, but the supports for the old railway were new. From like the way that they were pitched, I was like, wow, they built those really old rickety looking structures for some reason. Like that's odd, isn't it? It just looked really, really interesting. I really like the transition photos though. There's just like the fact that the castle or whatever it is remained static in the background was really cool as well. I mean, like it wouldn't change, but like you've got something to kind of pin the world to.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's honestly kind of made me want to recreate some old family photos myself. So.
Do it. It's really fun. So I'd like to at some point have my mum and my sister and the three of us like actually do that pose together because that would be great because I'm much taller than both of them. So
yeah, and you were tiny in those photos, like absolutely tiny.
Yeah, I'm guessing I was about 4. That's why I'm thinking they're about 94-ish, 95, like that kind of time, but I'm not sure exactly of when. But yeah.
How long did it take you to get all of them? I mean, I imagine there's quite a lot of shuffling.
Yeah. we were probably walking around doing it for about an hour. The three locations are all fairly close together, so I reckon it was about an hour.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
It could have
It was
been
quite windy and cold, so we didn't want to be doing it for too long.
I did notice that the HUDs were going and the hair was going, so.
Yeah, originally I was going to use the audio in those clips of me working it out of like Chris being like, oh, I'm a bit further over and that sort of thing, but it's all you can hear is wind. So. And I quite liked that the big ship, some kind of military thing,
yes, that was cool.
at that point. Because I couldn't work out how to exactly work that into the video itself, so I thought that's a nice little thing to stick on the end. But in roughly the point where it is now, when I was a kid, there used to be the light ship, which was a boat that you could go on and have a look at how it works and stuff. And it's one of the ones they used to put them off the coast where they couldn't have a lighthouse, and it would just basically be a floating lighthouse. So there used to be a big boat as a kid there, even though it's now a different boat, and that was only there for a couple of days. But yeah.
That's really cool. Would you want to do another video like that in the future? Or like a similar, like, recreate photos sort of thing, but different theme?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm sure, like, my mum has got a ridiculous amount of photo albums, so I could very easily go through and find various ones from, different bits in Cardiff and recreate them at some point. It was a lot of fun, so it would be cool to do again, but maybe when it's a bit warmer.
Yeah, 100%.
Summer project.
When winter's not currently battling with spring as it is doing right now.
Yeah.
I feel like we should recreate some summer in the city photos this summer in the city.
Ooh, that would be good. I never take photos at Sitsi. I only ever take video. So
I made the mistake of only taking like 5 photos this year. So I think the day where I took the photo of you, Will, and Dan was the only day that I took photos, from what I remember. And there were just people's, like, it was that group over that span of like 5 minutes, and I put my camera away. I was like, I'll take that out at some point, and never took out the camera ever again.
I pretty much only took photos at the Fox afterwards, just a few of them. So yeah, I'll also vow to do better at that this time around. I'm slightly confused because according to YouTube, 1 person is watching, and yet there are 5 likes on the stream. So I don't know what kind of YouTube. Oh, 2 people are watching. Okay.
Now, mine tells me it's just 1, but who knows? Like the analytics are always a bit off during live things anyway.
If you're here, come and say hi. Or
yes.
If you're not here now,
let us know you exist. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything I wanted to say about making that one. Like, I didn't do much in the way of technical stuff. It was a very, like, I'm pressed for time at the moment, so I didn't do anything fancy. So there's not really anything in that side of things to talk about with that one. It was pretty standard of just put footage together, export. So
yeah, my attempt for nostalgia this month is a lot bigger in scope than the average video I would make. So yeah.
How is that going?
It's going okay. There's still more to do. It takes so long. So I'm working on about 3 digital paintings for the backgrounds, and I'm pretty much done with one of them, working on a second. It's just something about getting to the end of something really big, like a detailed painting, and then knowing you have 2 more to do. It's like, oh, it just kind of stalls me a bit, but it's getting there. So I don't know if I've ever done a Film Prompt Society prompt on time, but maybe someday.
The trouble with having ambitious ideas, it's difficult to fit it in. But it's good to push yourself, so true. Yes.
And all your results have always been really spot on, so. The hard work obviously pays off.
Definitely. Cool. So, do we want to now move along and talk about the new prompt? What do you think? Cool. So, I want to try and keep the stream to about an hour rather than let it run too long. So, we've got about 25 minutes. So, I'm going to attempt to swap, rather than be showing my camera, show my screen, and we will have a little building up of a mind map. So, I was hoping to get some people in the chat involved. So, if you are watching and you want to suggest things that you could do with the prompt, then please do. And yeah, otherwise it'll just be the three of us building this up. So, so yeah, the prompt for this month is, but they said it was real. So, right, if you guys want to just talk for a minute whilst I try and do this, like there's gonna be something weird happening. I know it. So, yeah, cool. I'm just trying to work out what I'm doing.
So, will you be building up a whole new mind map for this one?
A whole new one, yes. I did the last one. I did one before, if you haven't seen it, on the Discord server, but I did that on that computer, and this website that I've used, it says you can save things to the cloud, but it doesn't seem to work. So I can't get it up on my laptop. So we're gonna do a fresh one. So and we'll see how that goes. Right.
I already have an idea for this one. Thanks
oh,
to
yes, you do. This came out of our creative chatter with
yeah, I completely forgot where it came out of, and if that whole creative chat was not just a fever dream, because I was quite tired during it.
Yeah, it was a chat with me, Henry, and Alex, also known as Zone Music. I'm going to put a link because his tunes are
banging.
Absolutely. Yeah, we just started talking about, I don't even know what it would be, random topics. Maybe
we got off topic quite a bit.
I might have mentioned that time a mutual friend commented on my Instagram the theory that the Isle of Man wasn't real, because that's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
And okay, am I sharing the screen now?
You are.
Yeah,
cool. I cannot see you guys anymore for it to work.
Oh no.
So I can just hear you. So I'm pretending this is a podcast.
You are now a Google Chrome browser.
No, this is Firefox. So ha ha ha.
Oh, is it really? I can't see the logo in the top corner. I think it's because I got the screen small.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So this is the fancy pants free online make mind map software. So I quite like it. I've tried a few different ones. I've used MindMup, spelled M-U-P, which it works quite well, and it is a quite nice one for exporting the files in different formats. So if that's what you want, but this is more like aesthetically pleasing because it's like, ooh, you can drag little things and type things in.
What's that? It's got
you can make more little things with more things.
Gosh.
This is my branding. I like it.
So it's nice and fun. So right.
Is there a way we can set this
magic to it?
Is there a way we can set Jules' camera to the primary camera, so even when we talk, we still see mind?
I mean, there is a maybe there. You're asking for advanced things now. Right. I'm gonna go to this mode, which is gonna be causing problems probably. Right.
Gonna show a lot of our faces, I believe.
Can I?
Control room. There must be something.
There must be a way. You would think. I mean, I can turn off your cameras. We could try that. Hopefully, it won't boot you. I'm really sorry if you get booted. Okay.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm still here. I'm not dead.
Okay. So if turn off the cameras, if one of you talks.
Hello.
No, it still jumps back to you, but with no camera.
It's just showing the big blob.
Yeah, well, never mind. We'll work this out. Maybe we can work out how to do this for next time. Little challenge.
Yeah.
We will become gradually more professional as time goes on. So, right. So, but they said it was real. We need some broad concepts to throw out there to start off, and then we can branch off from those. So,
conspiracy theories.
Conspiracies. Cool. Oh, you can all make fun of how slow I am at typing and how I can't spell. Conspiracies. I'm sorry if there's typos. I'll At the end of this, I will stick the exported image file into the Discord. I will do a spell check before I do that. So
Nice.
I liked your idea about relationships.
Ooh.
Mm.
Fantasy and/or myth and/or legends and/or magic pixies. That's a bit. Fantasy's a good one. What about
virtual reality?
I was literally about to say that. That's very good. I forgot what the word for it. So I was like, computer land, computer world. What's the word for that? Like,
that's an awful colour. Let's change it. There we go. You don't want a brown branch. That's ugly.
That's not even a nice shade of brown. That's like.
And these two are too similar. So let's go and make this one.
Green. Some greeny tinge, I guess.
Some green.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Just showing off this program now, really, aren't we? So,
yeah, it's a demo.
I mean, we're coming towards exams and revising season, so you know,
really handy.
Good free revision tool for you. Right. So.
Going off that. I don't know how to phrase this. Dan says, sorry, I'm late. That's not part of the I've just read the chat.
Hey, Dan, give us suggestions for stuff to add to the thing, and serious suggestions, please. I know you.
So I was going to suggest, like, what's it, like, when you've just finished your GCSEs, and you've started the next stage of your life, and you've clicked onto the fact that maybe the GCSEs didn't matter that much. What's the word for that?
I don't know. Ennui.
It's when you step onto the next. Yeah, it's like that phrase when you step onto the next stage of your life, realizing that those things no longer matter, even though they did help you get there. That I'm going way too.
I'm just going to write a vague new stage of life, and we can edit that later if we think about it.
Yeah. I don't think my sentence can really fit in a bubble like that.
I mean, maybe the Japanese have a word for it or something. We'll have to look at it.
They must do. Or the German peoples have a good language for that. A good language, good word for that. That's okay. Unfortunately,
I just realised I'm sitting really awkwardly hunched over my laptop. I'm not sending the video anymore. I can sit however I want. I'm going to chill.
You can sit however the hell you want.
Exactly.
Dan says, does the moon count as a real answer? Now that's interesting because I guess that would link into conspiracies.
Yeah, we could. Sure, the moon's not real. I mean, that's a fun, weird conspiracy.
Moon's not real. Moon's fake. It's not there.
Yeah, there is no moon. There is no moon.
It's always been a giant 75-watt bulb in the sky.
So, shall we stick with one of the trees that we've got then and expand on it? So since we're in conspiracies,
okay,
let's have some fun conspiracies as well as actual conspiracies.
Denmark does not exist.
Denmark does not exist.
We've got two so what else? Conspiracies. Fun conspiracies.
Fun conspiracies.
It's really difficult because all the big ones right now are quite bad. Let's see, fun ones. Happy fun ones.
So I mean, on the Denmark does not exist. There's that one of that town in Germany. The whole thing of that doesn't exist.
Yes.
Like,
is it
remember what town that is?
Blainfield town doesn't exist. I can't remember. German town, no exist. What's it called? Yeah, the how do you pronounce that? I was close with the spelling. Biele Feld conspiracy. It's a town that does not exist.
Bielefeld?
Yeah, I guess I'll do.
German.
I'm not sure how to do that BIE bit there.
We need some German friends. I have German friends, but they are not here. So
I mean, Jamie and I did learn German at school, and we should be. I think Jamie's still good at German.
we need
I
Jamie
can't
back.
remember.
Then
I was literally in Berlin, like in summer. I really should. It should be fresh on my mind, but it's not. Okay, so in chat, Jamie suggested how about penguins for mythical creatures, and is Dan a mythical creature?
I saw that Tommy Wiseau, like just Tommy Wiseau. He's a conspiracy theory. We don't need more than that.
Yes, that's fantastic. Tommy Wiseau, and welcome to the Tommy Wiseau. Wish that wasn't real. It is.
How do you spell Wiseau?
W-I-S-S-E-A-U?
Like I said, we can spell check later. So
yeah, which I found out recently. He's Polish. I thought he was French.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very Polish last name. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds French. I think it's the E-A-U.
Yeah. So
come on, more. I do have a tab open called Fun Conspiracies. That is the correct spelling of Wiseau. Wow, we did it!
Yay! So mythical creatures like penguins. Is that going in conspiracies, or are we moving into fantasy?
I guess that's a fantasy creature. Penguin.
Penguin.
Oh, Dan has just corrected me. There is no confirmation about where he's from. Adding to the conspiracy, is he real?
Yeah, he is an alien. Official. So we're now over in fantasy. Let's do that. Right. Some fantasy stuff.
Fantasy. Oh, Tizzy Wizzies from Cumbria.
I'm sorry, what?
Tizzy Wizzies.
Dizzy Wizzies.
Tizzy with a T.
Tizzy Wizzies. Okay.
Yeah. They're part hedgehog, part butterfly, part squirrel.
Ah, yes, I have heard of those.
Yeah. I guess Fae in general, they're pretty good.
Yeah. Fae in general.
Got an image of a fairy with a military cap on. Dan is already feeding to the Tommy Wiseau mystery. All I'm saying is that DB Cooper went missing about 3 years before the arrival of Tommy. And on the day he arrived, a plane crashed in a volcano and nobody on board.
Spooky.
Who knows? What's another good fantasy like?
We could kind of go
like
sort of like it was a dream stuff.
Yeah, that was good. I know it's not like. Yeah. So like lucid dreams and what's it called? The sleep paralysis.
Oh no.
Because I get that a lot because I'm an idiot and I sleep on my back.
I have only had it once, and I realised what was happening from having read about it, and I fought the heck out of it, and I managed to move and get myself up, and I was fine.
Yeah,
and
if you wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes,
I saw the creepy figure, and I was like, nope, I'm having none of this. So.
See, I'm always so scared that if I don't try and wiggle out of it, the thing will get me, and I'll find out that it was a real thing the whole time. So like, I saw like, you know, when you like look at a light and you have a thing on your retina that kind of follows you around for a bit, and you have a squiggle.
Yeah.
So like, I was lying on my back, and obviously I'd caught my microphone light on my retina, and so there was a blob on my eye. So wherever I looked, this blob was following, and I thought that was the demon goblin.
Oh no.
Just so I tried to look away, and it was crawling across the roof towards me. I was like, okay, this is fun. What else? Fantasy, dreams. That Futurama idea was like, you know, there's the whole like, oh, aliens help humans beat the pyramids, but the Futurama one flips it on their head and goes, aliens came down, saw what the Egyptians did, and were like, yo, man, this is sick, and then colonized the whole planet and based it on the Egyptian culture. I really like that idea.
Ooh, how do we summarize that?
Again, that's a very specific, like, aliens, I guess.
I'm going to say alternate history.
Yeah.
History, brackets, aliens.
Aliens?
So
aliens.
We can make that then. I liked your question at the end of aliens, so aliens. There we go. So should we move on from fantasy then?
Yeah, sure.
So virtual reality, how about that one?
Virtual reality, I like that cowboy and robot one. What's that called?
Cowboy and robot one.
What's it? West.
Oh, Westworld.
Oh, that's the one. Cowboy and robot.
I was so confused.
And I'm going to jump to Sword Art Online.
Nice.
The most unutilized premise ever in the history of anime.
Tranquility Lane from Fallout 3.
Sorry, you cut out in the middle of that. I heard Fallout 3. What was the first bit?
Tranquility Lane from Fallout 3. If you all know that.
Tranquility Lane.
Fallout 3. It's like this vault where people got put in as like an experiment when the nuclear war started, but it's all like the perfect idealized America. And so they live forever as like just these people on a cul-de-sac, all happy as Larry, but there's a twist in the tale, as there always is with Fallout. What else for virtual reality?
Second Life style.
Second Life.
Never played it. I like that I want to believe poster is in the back while we discuss conspiracies.
I like it's just speaking like it knows it's not supposed to be there. It's like, can I join?
It knows that it belongs here.
I won't believe. It won't believe.
I can't reach my green screen.
So do we want to try and tackle this whole new stage of life concept? Try and expanding on that.
Yeah.
So sort of like leaving school, finishing school.
Yeah. That I mean, I think what's it called? The World's End, the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and Edgar Wright film captures that quite well. Like new stage of life, they said it was this one thing, but I feel sad, sort of thing. Like that, they captured that really well. Let's see.
I guess in a way that can tie back into relationships if you go through a divorce or something, new stage of life.
Yeah. New stages of life. They said it was real. Learning that Santa Claus isn't real. Oh, sorry, everyone.
Okay, you were only making a speculative fictional statement.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was like, because like those mean teens at school that used to come up to you and say, "Little Santa Claus isn't real," and I said, "Shut up, stop that." I did, real life, promise. I fought for the existence of Santa Claus.
I mean, he is real. Like everybody's seen the documentaries, like Elf, and is there a sequel to 100%.
Elf? Yeah, Elf 2. No, sorry.
Who Elf?
Second Elf. Elf: The Second Coming.
They actually made 12 of them, and the 12th one was called 12.
Oh yeah. That's cool. That's really cool.
There was like 3 full seconds of silence after that. I just felt the crushing disappointment of everyone.
It was just a moment of I'm typing words and trying to listen to words, which is definitely a struggle for me, and just took a minute for that to process. So
interesting you've called that section Children's Lies. Controversial.
We're all grown-ups here.
Promise.
We know how crushing and sad the real world is.
Yeah, everyone knows all of those people are just the one. So I was gonna swear. I was about to swear. I was about to make a big goof swear. I'm sorry, everyone.
Dan says, what about putting the wrong string on a fishing rod? They said it was real.
Puns!
Dan,
We need one that's called puns!
We could have pun based.
Please, we need a pun category.
Actually, I'm going to put puns up here and bring relationships down because I feel like that's got fewer things to come off it. Right.
And puns is really
Fishing.
important. They said it was real. Mr. Blobby's not a children's lie. He's government propaganda. There's a difference.
Oh, Mr. Blobby is just a fever dream. I don't understand the 90s, and I lived it.
Yeah, I have Blobby Vision on video, and we all watched it the other day. That was sickening.
Dan also says he found out that the commune in the Pyrenees-Orientales department in southern France is called Real, but when he asked Thomas Cook, they said it was real.
Okay, that's harder to fit in a little bubble, you see.
So, just making sure that these high-quality commenters feel included with their.
I'm just gonna. Ooh, I have no way of doing an accent over a letter in this program, so I don't know how to. I don't know what to do. How do I do this?
Put like a forward slash by it to indicate like acute.
Yes. Boom.
I guess you can read the actual prompt in a different way, talking about betting on a football match, but they said it was real.
Yes, I was trying to figure that out in my head so desperately. Thank you, Jamie.
So that one fits into football, and also into region of France. Boom.
Thank you so much. Wasn't a real also like a type of currency? There's something there. They said it was real. It's just the euro now. Something like that.
Currency. Cool. And if it's not, we've got a fictional currency, and that's fine too. So.
Or it could also be a counterfeit currency.
Ooh. Do we have another section?
Fakes. We don't have a section, counterfeit section, but fakes. I think you had one in your original.
Yes, we can have a little thing up here. So
we need like is there God, there's a pun I'm trying to work out in my head, but I'm so tired. It was also to do with currency. It was currency, reals and pesos. But it's gone. It's not worth it. It's too late. Sorry, Spain. I've disappointed all of you. I know what people from Spain, the Spanish people. There we go. I'm struggling so bad. The Spanish people who would remember reals and pesos are all booing me right now. I'm sorry.
All 5,000 of them currently watching this. Sorry, four of them currently watching the stream. Just booing.
Oh, and Dan has just also let me know that it's also a Brazilian currency, Mexican currency, Portuguese currency, and something currency. I don't Iranian real. Yes. So I have not just disappointed one country. I've disappointed many countries. It's fun.
But we've gained some knowledge, assuming we can trust Dan as a reliable source. And I'm not sure that's true.
I trust his knowledge of many weird things.
I trust his ability to Google, but also his ability to make us look foolish. So.
Oh, yes. So is Dan a category? Is that a...
Conspiracies
is Dan.
One thing that we say in prompts a lot is that it can be any kind of video for the prompt. It doesn't have to be a short film. It could be a vlog or something. So if anybody has any stories from their real life that would fit into this, maybe being catfished or something similar, then that could also fit into this prompt.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Right. Well, we've pretty much come to the end of our hour slot, and this mind map is looking a bit mad. So I think this worked out quite well, actually. I think this could potentially be a new format. So, yeah, I'll see if I can work out how to make this the only thing that gets shown rather than jumping back to everyone else. I'm sure there is a button somewhere, but I will do some Googling before the next stream and work it out. Right, let's see if I can tell this to go back to me rather than be on that mode. Bear with. Oh, we've got the trippy. It's showing everything.
Oh, wowzers.
And stop screen sharing. Will I go back to camera? Yay!
Welcome
Fantastic.
back.
Cool. I have learned how to do a new thing. So. Right, so I think that was everything that we majorly wanted to do. Thanks to Dan for joining in the chat and giving some good ideas and stuff. We appreciate. Right, so closing remarks for the stream. So there's going to be another stream on the 1st of April in 2 weeks' time. That will be the first workshop. So the plan is that we're going to do sort of a general intro to making video content, not necessarily films, you can have a sort of more vlogging aspect to it or anything like that. So yeah, we'll be looking for any questions or general concerns or whatever that's maybe stopped you from starting if you're interested in making films, so that we can try and make it seem less intimidating and stuff like that. So I don't think we're going to have any particular plan of exact like equipment to show off or talk through specific things, but we'll try and keep it fairly general and starting off low level, sort of entry level stuff. And then we'll see what kind of response we get to it, and we'll work out what more specific things to do on future workshop style streams. So yeah, that will be on the 1st of April, unless we decide to move it, in which case make sure you're following the Twitter, and if you want to join the Discord, that as well, because there will be updates through both of those. So yes, I think that is the main thing. So any final thoughts or anything?
I think I have an idea what I'm doing for the next prompt. I've already started kind of working on it. So it was going off that Denmark is Denmark real? But I wanted to statistically prove this, as well as many other countries which were real, and see what findings I find.
Well, that sounds strange and intriguing.
I look forward to that.
So we see how that goes. What about you two?
I did have an idea for this that I got from reading Jules' original mind map. I can't remember which frame of it, but I've been watching a lot of The Good Place recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that kind of thing fed into this idea, which is quite ambitious, and as usual, I may not make it in time, but it's definitely scripted and on the list of things I may do. So.
Cool. So Dan's just said that since the live stream is going to be on April Fool's, is the live stream real?
Oh my gosh.
You weren't supposed to work it out so soon. That's the end of season 12.
We got.
I haven't had any time to think of the next one.
That's totally fair.
I'm probably going to leave this prompt and come back to it in the future when I have time. So, because yeah, I'm going to be finishing my thesis. My deadline is the end of March. I'm planning on taking the first week of April off from any responsibility of actually achieving anything. If I do nothing that week, that is fine. So then I'll probably just move on to whatever prompt we come up with for April. And then, yeah, maybe come back to this one at a later date. So, yeah, I wish I had the time, but it's all just a bit mad right now. So I'm amazed I had time to do this one, to be honest.
You're doing amazingly. And we're all very proud of you.
Thank you.
Stay strong.
I just can't wait to be done. The next stream I will try and remember to have my printed and bound thesis and terrify you.
Oh, that's exciting.
So So yeah, if we have nothing else to add, then thank you very much for joining us on this stream. The next one will be on the 1st of April. The current prompt to be working on is, but they said it was real. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks on the next live stream. So, bye.
Bye.